American Corporate Partners is a not-for-profit organization that provides professional mentoring to veterans, transitioning military service members, and their spouses. Over the course of a year, ACP mentors help with resumes, interview tips, networking advice, career and professional guidance, and much, much more. Over 20,000 proteges have graduated from this program since 2010. The UT system is partnering with ACP to recruit faculty and staff as mentors. The UT Health San Antonio Military Health Institute is honored to lead this effort for our university. By becoming a mentor, you will make a positive impact in our military community.
I served in the United States Air Force for 26 years and I retired as a colonel. I also served another 14 years with federal government as a civil servant. I sought out ACP because I needed to know how to further develop my company, to prepare for strategies to enter into corporate America, and to learn how to acquire federal contracts.
As a licensed professional counselor, I find being a mentor with the American Corporate Partners a very natural fit for me. I understand the work and stress and importance of a smooth transition from military to a civilian workforce. I believe that I have skills, training, and knowledge that I could share with the proteges that I've had. As a mentor, I work with my protege on preparing them for a community workforce. That could be interviewing questions, practicing for the interview, teasing out volunteer options that might help them prepare. But the most important thing is truly validating their current experience in the military, leadership training they may have had along the way, and helping them understand that those experiences will translate into a community position. Some of the proteges I've had the pleasure of working with have been individuals going back to school for either a nursing degree or a social work degree, perhaps a healthcare administration. And one of the things that I really like to focus on is validating their autonomy now to choose their career path, as well as to choose their future employer. So sometimes in our interview, I make sure that we develop questions, not just what the employer may ask the protege, but what the protege may consider asking of the employer to really make sure that it's a good fit for them going forward.
I'm currently serving in the U.S. Navy, and I'll be retiring after 25 years of service. The reason why I reached out to ACP for a mentor is because in the service, you have specific training that prepares you for every position, every job that you get assigned to. And when you transition out into the civilian sector, there's no training for that. We don't know what the pay structure is like. We don't know what makes us marketable in specific fields when it comes to the civilian job market. The mentor that I was paired up with, he's also in the IT field. And he was able to answer some of those questions and fill in those gaps for me. We talked through those certifications, we talked through experiences, and really he covered my whole career and looked at my performance and really picked out what portions were specifically suited for the kind of job I wanted to do after retiring.
I was a military brat, had an Army father, an Air Force stepfather, and canvassed the globe, had a lot of exposure to military life and some of the challenges and the beauty of it as well. I became a mentor because I saw some of the stress and confusion among those I loved when they made their transition from military to civilian life, and had an opportunity to work at San Diego State University for a brief period of time with our Troops to College initiative, and saw a lot of the student veterans there working through some of that transition as well. And it was really enjoyable to be a part of their journey and helping them find their way, and I thought this might be a nice extension as well. I've worked with 4 different proteges now. Each of them has had a unique experience and have unique needs, so I can just be a sounding board for them in terms of figuring out where they'd like to go. In the case of a couple of them, with others, they simply needed help refining their cover letter or their resume. My most recent protege, he is interested in figuring out what path to explore because he has such a wide array of interests and skills. And so what I did in that case was to help set up some informational interviews with folks within the areas that he's interested in.
ACP has helped me by broadening my horizons and opening up my network to people that I would never have had the opportunity to speak with if it wasn't for ACP. Gwen is my mentor, and when Gwen and I first talked, she had a lot of ideas, and she put me into contact with a lot of people that were in her network that were fascinating to talk to, all subject matter experts in their field. And I never would have had the chance to do that if it wasn't for ACP and if it wasn't for Gwen. And because of this opportunity, I'm able to look at these jobs and look at these career fields and see if I really want to do them or if those are things that are not interesting to me. And I would never have had that if it wasn't for Gwen and if it wasn't for ACP.
By becoming an ACP mentor, you will make an impact in the lives of our military families. You will be serving the service member. We welcome your participation in this great program. Become a mentor today.